Hey friends, I'm logging on now so I can make sure that everything is set up correctly. I've been actually asked to share on another Superstar Directors page about belief, and I figured why not have you guys join in and hear instead of me having to upload and all that stuff. You know, 7 times or whatever. So if I'm looking in not your direction, it's because I'm looking at the other screen. So I'll kind of bounce back and forth. But I hope that this will help you guys as well. You guys are my peeps. You're my Sensi sisters and brothers and my family. And I hope that this message will be touch you in some way that'll inspire you to believe in yourself, hopefully, and your business. So what I'm going to do is just wait another minute or so. Hopefully some of you guys will jump on. And I'm going to be going live in just a minute in her page. And so I'll be with you in just a second. So if you have any team members that just go ahead and tag them so they can come on. And if they're kind of struggling with their belief in the business or in themselves or whatever, please bring them on because I have some things to share with you guys, and I hope that it'll be what you're looking to hear today. All right. All right. Good morning. My name is Jess Markowitz. I am a superstar director from Las Vegas, Nevada. And your amazing superstar director, Wendy Heath Newgas, asked me to come on and talk about. She actually asked me what I wanted to, she asked me to just tell her what I wanted to talk about. And to be honest with you, I prayed about it and I had a strong prompting to talk about belief today. So I hope that you're going to hear something that will touch your heart in some way, or if it's not something that you that helps you, maybe there's somebody in your downline. Hi, Wendy. That may need this. So make sure you're tagging your team members. Anybody that's maybe struggling with belief in themselves, belief in the business. Hey, Melissa. And maybe it might inspire them in some way to keep believing and maybe build a belief that they may not have right now. So, hi, Katie. Good morning. Or good afternoon, actually. It's 12 o'clock right now, Pacific Standard Time. So it's time for me to get on the road. I don't like to waste anybody's time. We all have precious time. So, the first thing I want to ask you, and just for Wendy's group, I want to let you know that I'm actually going live on my group page too at the same time to kind of kill two birds with one stone. So if I'm looking up or looking down, it looks like I'm not looking at you. It's because I'm just kind of trying to share the wealth and look at both screens. Okay, so first I want you to ask yourself is, do you believe in Sensi? Because that's, and what does that mean? What do you believe when you believe in Sensi? Here's some questions I want you to ask yourself. Do you believe in the product? Do you truly believe that it's a product that has value, that has good quality, that people actually want, that it's desired by others? Okay. I don't want you to necessarily focus on your own belief of, now here's the thing, it's important to understand that what you do believe and what you don't believe may be what is hanging you up in your business or is what is pushing you forward in your business. So I want you to ask yourself, what do you believe about your products? We're talking about products right now that benefit others, not necessarily yourself, because we're not going to necessarily love every single product or even use every single product, right? It's a benefit if we do. That's wonderful, but it doesn't mean you're not going to be successful just because you are not a 100% over the top, you know, in love with a certain product. Now, the reason why I can say this, I'm just going to share you guys, just go to the side really fast. A little side note is one, I can't use our laundry products because I have very sensitive skin and it breaks me out. Does that mean that I'm not going to share it with other people that don't have sensitive skin and issues? And it doesn't mean that other people are going to have those issues. Not at all, right? There are so many people out there that just love the you know what out of our laundry products and can't live without it, especially those washer whiffs, right? They're just as successful and wanted as our bars, okay? So I have to believe that this is a product that others desire and need in their life, right? Because one, we all need to wash our clothes, right? And so why not Scentsy? So that's a question I want you to ask yourself. Do you believe that it's a product that others desire, need, and will enjoy, right? And then ask yourself why. Because if you haven't actually thought about that, why? What is it about our products that make them high quality or the best quality, in my opinion? Make them desired. What is it? So when I ask myself that question, I think it creates memories. Fragrance is just it creates emotions, and it truly makes people just feel something inside, right? So one really fast, I'm loving that people are commenting and keep them coming. I just want to make sure you know, and I'm sure you watch enough of these that we all squirrel if we're looking at comments. So I'll go back, okay? So let's move on to our belief system in the business, okay? Now the business, there's a business structure. What does that entail? That entails selling, right? Which we just talked about, getting the product. Do we believe in those products? Another part of the business that we all should be partaking in is the hosting opportunity. Why do we believe that if somebody wants Scentsy, that it's a better opportunity or they benefit from hosting? Now, if you are kind of stumped at that question, it's most likely you don't understand the hostess benefits, right? So you know how they say knowledge makes power, right? So usually when you're struggling in a certain area, it's because you don't have enough knowledge about it. So you get insecure, you don't really want to talk about it because you're like, what if they ask me something I don't know? All of us go through that, right? So that just means, do we understand the benefits and how it would benefit somebody else to host instead of spending out of pocket full price, okay? So ask yourself, do you believe in the hosting opportunity? And if you don't right now, ask yourself, do you truly understand what the hosting opportunity is? What are those benefits? And how do you understand how they can accumulate those rewards, right? You may have struggled with hosting yourself, your own parties, right? And so that creates a hesitation of belief because you're like, well, I don't really get people to respond or purchase from me. So what, I don't know how somebody else is going to do that, right? That makes sense because you don't see a result. So it's very hard for you to share something that you don't even see the benefit. But let's go back to the understanding. Now, do you know how to share your products? Maybe that's where you're struggling. Because if you don't know how to share products, you're not going to be able to coach your hostess how to share the products in order to accumulate orders and have a beneficial and successful party so they can receive those rewards, right? So another factor in our business, because I always say that there's several parts of our business in order to make the dream work, right? So they say teamwork makes the dream work, right? Well, offering this opportunity to other people is so important. But why would we do that? What is your belief of why you do that? Now, if you're thinking your belief is if I offer this to someone else, then I'm not going to benefit, then your belief system is stopping you from growing your business. I'm just going to say it out. I'm just going to lay it out there. I'm going to, be the tough love type of person because and that tells me that you don't understand the business opportunity structure, okay? So if you are hesitating to sharing because you think your business is going to actually not it's going to go backwards or it's going to be hurt, then you need some time with your upline to be coached on what this business structure is about and how when you have a team you actually flourish. The bigger your team gets, the more wide you go, the more people you share this opportunity with, the bigger your business grows, the more benefits you receive and others receive. Okay. Now I'm kind of touching on a little bit of everything, and I know that it's like a big can of worms opening up, right? But this is supposed to help you start to think about what is my belief system of all these areas? What is my knowledge level of all these areas? Because when we struggle, it's usually what we're thinking about, how we look at the situation, right? And the situation is usually linked to our experiences with those actions or situations, whether they're good or bad, right? And if that you haven't had good ones, it's usually because we haven't been educated enough or we haven't done it enough, right? We don't have to be a complete expert on everything. And I'm just going to let you know right now, I've been 11 years in and I'm not an expert on everything. We just have to go trial and error, right? And just keep trying and trying and trying. So there's a quote I want to share with you guys today by Napoleon Hill, sorry. It says, whatever the mind can achieve and believe, the mind can achieve regardless of how many times you pay. That's not, I wrote it down wrong, but it's right here somewhere. That's not, hold please. Oh, Jess, this is classic me. Don't you worry. My team's laughing because they know. Where's my Napoleon Hill? There he is. Okay. It says, let me start again. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve regardless of how many times you may have failed in the past or how lofty your aims and hopes may be. Okay? So think about that again. Let me say it again. And I will post these little quotes so you guys can go back and think about it on again. But whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve regardless of how many times you have failed in the past or how lofty your aims and hopes may be. So that means that whether you've tried to sell, book parties, give the opportunity, get people to join your Scentsy Club, whatever it might, do a fundraiser, it means, and let's say all of those things you've tried and they've all failed in your perspective. What that is saying to us is that you can start right now if you change your mindset and belief system. That if you believe that there's still an opportunity to achieve these goals, then you will. Now, I'm going to throw another quote that links right into this by Henry Ford, and you've probably heard this a million times, but it's so relevant. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So if you're telling yourself that you aren't good enough, that you don't have the skill, that you don't have the resources, that you don't have the network, then you're right. Do you know why? Because your belief is stopping you from opening any doors and exploring those areas. and giving yourself opportunities to gain those things. Now, I can say that because when I joined, I literally before I joined, I gave my sponsor every reason in the book of why I shouldn't become a consultant. I didn't know anybody. I was too shy. I didn't have the money. I have never sold anything except for maybe for about 6 months in my life. And every reason why I thought I wouldn't be successful. Okay. But she shared with me that we do cause, we have a foundation that raise money for different causes. And I believed in this specific cause. Therefore, it gave me the confidence to believe that I could at least sell that specific product. All the other things I didn't think about. Okay. So that's what gave me the confidence to blow all my other insecurities away and to focus on what I could do. So, what is your belief what do you believe you can do? Have you ever sat down and thought about, what am I good at? What do I believe in? What am I passionate about? So you may say, you know what, I do believe this is an amazing product. And that may be all right now. You may think that you're not good at host coaching, you're not good at sponsoring, you're not good at getting people to sign up for your Scentsy Club, but you believe in the product. That is where you start, okay? Because the product is the tool in order to connect you to all those other things. And when you think about it, that's what my sponsor did. She connected me with a product that I had confidence in order for me to see that I could benefit in becoming a consultant, even if it was just to sell one product and that's it. And then once the catalog was over, who knows? In my mind, I thought that would be it and that was good enough. So what are your belief systems? Okay. Now, I also want you, again, I want you to do the same thing with Scentsy Club. What do you believe is the benefit of people signing up for the club membership? Now, do you think it's something that's going to take them away from hosting? Then you're probably not going to ask them, right? But is there a way to say, all right, I want to make sure that these people host, but I also want to make sure that they're aware of what's available to them, right? So how could we do that? Now, this isn't a Zoom, so I can't wait. You guys can type down some thoughts. How can you make sure that everybody knows that they can host and get their stuff for free and half off, but they can also get their stuff regular without any hesitation, it being shipped to them. They can continue to get the stuff that they love that's being discontinued and still benefit. Okay, you still benefit. So I would love for you guys to just share some ideas of how you can benefit from sharing both opportunities, right? Okay. Now, this is the most important part. This is actually what's going to put everything together. And here's a quote that one of my guys that I love, Tony Robbins, says, "What we can or cannot do, we consider possible or impossible, is rarely a function of our true capability. It is more likely a function of our beliefs about who we are." Whoa, that's heavy, right? So have you ever asked yourself who you are? Who are you? What do you represent? Why do you want to share Scentsy with the world? Now, I shared with Wendy that Scentsy gives me the opportunity to add values to people's lives. That's what I truly believe in. I believe that Scentsy is a tool to add value in some way in their life, whether it's to have an amazing product in their home, in their offices, whatever, to make them feel good and have an experience and create memories, or for them to get all of that and not have to spend full price. I believe that this opportunity can truly change and save people's lives by giving them extra income, introducing them to friends that they never would have known, and opportunities that they never would have had. It helps them grow on a personal level. and just beyond. I truly believe Scentsy adds value, and that's one of parts of our mission. Scentsy's mission is to add value to the world, and I believe that. But if I didn't believe that, I wouldn't be able to link all the areas of our business to adding value. So we have to ask ourselves, who do you believe you are? Now, I believe I am a tool for Scentsy. I may not be the person that's going to add value to them. My own, people I sponsor and introduce this business to, I may do nothing more for them than to sponsor them into the business. Basically, open the door for them, unlock the key, and then they open the door because they're the ones that click joined. That's it. That's all I did is I gave them the key and unlocked it. And to me, if it adds value in any way, even though they do it all, we're all independent consultants, right? That is what fills my cup, knowing that Scentsy has added value to them. And I had a little bit of piece of it. And that's it. But that's my belief system. So do you believe that you have something to share? Do you believe that you can serve others? Now, I will tell you, if you are a leader, lots of us struggle with, can I add value to them? Do I have anything to share with them? This person is better at that than I am. They know more than I do. And so we struggle sometimes with feeling like we can serve them as a leader, add value to them as a leader. But if we believe in Scentsy and everything that it represents, and we are offering those tools that Scentsy gives us to provide and to direct. Now, if you're a director, we're here to direct them to the tools that are already available. We're not here to have to create and reinvent the wheel and make up new ideas and be the person that gives them all the aha moments. Now, I know that our pride wants that to happen, but that's not is going to be as often as if you are confident with directing them to what Scentsy, the big umbrella, the big picture, can provide. Let me see. I have some more notes and it's already getting past. I want you to ask yourself, when you think about who you are, what you represent as a business owner, a Scentsy consultant, however you refer yourself, that also makes a difference. Do you look at yourself as just somebody that sells Scentsy? Do you look at yourself as somebody that adds value to the world? Do you look at yourself as a leader, a friend? Those are things that we have to stop and think about, because that if we don't know who we are and what we can offer, it's going to be very hard to offer it, right? It's going to be very hard to offer it. So people tend to not be comfortable. Okay, I'm gonna step back for a second. Is your struggles in your business have to do with other people's beliefs? Whether you think so or not, so many times that's what happens. We take on other people's beliefs or lack of. Our family doesn't believe in the direct sales industry. Our friends don't believe in it. Our friends think that, Scentsy's the same as Walmart. Or our friend thinks that hosting is too hard or that nobody's going to show up. So we take on those belief systems, right? Because we appreciate and respect our friends and family and peers. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be successful in this business, you have to stick with your own belief system and be the pioneer to that belief system. And it's not going to be easy, because you will start to see who's really, really there for you as a friend, as somebody that loves you, whatever. And I will say, I'm going to be, again, I'm going to be the tough love person today that sometimes you're going to lose friends and you may even lose relationships with family because people tend to not be comfortable with what they don't know, which is why we must have the confidence to show that knowledge and belief in order to give them permission to believe it too. Are you willing to be the person that relies on your faith and your belief in what is possible before you have proof? Only you can know that. And if so, you'll be amongst those that succeed, because the only difference between those that succeed and don't are those who continue to have faith even when they fail. And the one thing I can tell you, the people that are sitting around waiting for you to fail, when you're still here loving what you do, sharing what you do, and just as passionate about this opportunity and what you're doing in your Scentsy business, you're going to find people that go, maybe there's something to this. And I'm sure you've heard plenty of stories about somebody that you've talked about or they've talked to for years and all of a sudden decided to join. I can say that has happened plenty of times in my business. People that didn't want anything to do with it, whether to buy, host, or join, or sign up with Scentsy Club. But my belief and my consistency is what helped them build theirs. Okay? So what lie are you letting others tell yourself? The lies that they believe, because they've taken on the baggage of maybe a bad experience. They may have not had a good experience with direct sales. They may have not done well in direct sales, so they think everybody's going to not do well in direct sales. That's their belief, right? Not yours. So is that going to help you to take on their disbelief? So my final thing that I want you to think about is, have you decided? Have you decided that this is going to work? This is going to be and go where you want it to go? And are you willing to put the time in? Because everybody's journey is different. And I will tell you, your belief system will change. It'll go up and down just like your why will. There will be days that you struggle, that I don't know if I believe in myself today. I don't know if I believe in the products today. I don't believe whatever. But don't let that stop you from moving forward. We're all going to have a day, a week, maybe even a month, maybe even a season, because I can tell you I've had all of them. But the one thing that has never left is my belief in the structure. Whether I don't think I'm capable, I know I can direct people to what is already solid and was not going to let them down. And that's what Scentsy's created. All right, I'm going to leave you with one last quote, and this is actually something, again, from Tony Robbins. He said, one of the finest beliefs I developed years ago that helped me enjoy all of my life experiences was the idea that there are no bad experiences, that no matter what I go through in life, whether it's challenging experience or a pleasurable one, every experience provides me something of value if I look for it. So are you looking for a way to grow in your experiences with your business and in your life? Or are you looking for reasons to tell yourself that's why you should quit, or that's why you're not good at what you do? Because I will tell you, I'm 100% Wendy will tell you, we have fallen on our face plenty of times and felt like we may not have been good enough for whatever we're doing. But the only thing that's different is that we didn't let that day be permanent and that belief system be permanent. We got back up. We started skipping or crawling or jumping or however pace that we were able to do. And we just kept going. And the experiences, even if they were this small, helped us keep our belief that this can happen. This is 100% possible for you and definitely for me. I've already decided that. So have you decided, is this possible? Whether you think you can and whether you think you can't, You're right. All right. Thank you so much, Wendy, for having me on and Wendy's group. I hope that this was helpful and it got you thinking in some way. And love you guys, my Scentsy sisters and family, brothers. If you are going to Riverside, because I know Wendy has a big group there, hopefully you'll come and say hi to me because I will be there as well at World Tour. If you haven't signed up, make sure you sign up. It's definitely one of the best investments is to participate in a Scentsy event. All right. Have a sensational day. Love you all. Bye.